In this video, we're going to talk about market value, which is how much money is in a given market. I feel like when it comes to picking jobs and careers and occupations and what business you want to start or run or where you want to be a CEO or executive or entrepreneur or artist, I feel like a lot of people focus on passion, but they do not focus on market value. That leads to people being dissatisfied with their income, and then that leads to them feeling burnt out. But a lot of this could have been avoided on the front end if they would have understood the market value, how much money was in that market to begin with. So in this video, I'm going to help you so that when you're picking what industry you want to go into, what market you want to go to, you will first evaluate the value within that market so that you don't get stuck with a degree where you feel like you can't make any money off of it, or stuck into a system to where you feel trapped and feel like you're just wasting time in your life, where you want to quit and do something else. Instead, if you took a quick glance at the market value, that would save you a lot of headache and heartache in the future. So when talking about market value, the first thing that we want to look at is we want to look at the capital in that market. How much money is in that market? Is it $1 trillion market? Is it $1 billion market? Is it a multi-million-dollar market? How much money is it in that market? And understanding the market value is not about just going to the place that has the biggest market value, going to the place that has the biggest market capital, right? Or the most money in that market. It's about understanding how much of that money is up for grabs. How much money of it, how much of it will you be able to grab for yourself? And so I feel like anyone, when they graduate from high school and they're going to college, and before they pick their career, they should definitely go in and understand how much money is flowing through the industry that they want to go into. Next, what you look at is you look at the size of that market, right? Or the size of that industry, meaning how many people is it that want to buy that product or that service, or how many people are in that population in general. For example, if you were serving a group of people that loved a particular type of shoe, right? Then you have to ask yourself, well, how many people would even like to buy this type of shoe? Maybe it's a really expensive shoe. So now your market cuts off anyone under a certain income bracket, because your target audience are those who have more of a discretionary income. So when you're going into a market, you have to understand what is the size of the people that you're going to serve. How many people is it that need the service that you're offering? And so after that, you want to look at demand. How bad is it that someone wants what it is that you're offering? You always have to look at supply and demand. So you're the supply. If you want a job or a career, you're the person that's going in and going to help them with their problem. Or if you have this business or this product, you're solving a different problem for a person or organization. And so you're the supply. You have to ask yourself, how high is the demand? How bad do people need what it is that I have to offer? Because when there's high demand, then you have a higher likelihood of being able to sell your services or sell your product or being able to get the income that you want to generate because the demand is high. But it's not just about high demand, it's also about competition, right? You want to be wise about the markets or the industries that you go into because you want to say, how much competition is it in those industries? Why? Because everyone is going to be competing with you for income, whether it's a product you're serving or whether it's a service or whether it's just you working in that career. How many people is it that can do what it is that you want to do? The reason that competition is so important is because when you get into an industry that is saturated with competition, then what happens is you get into a pricing war where you're trying to sell something for $1,000. Well, someone tries to copy the same exact product that you have in service and they want to sell it for $500. Then someone else wants to sell it for $300. So people keep undercutting you because they can easily go and charge a lower rate than you have. And so then you try to lower your prices so that you can beat out in the competition and you both get into a price war to the bottom. For example, if you're in an occupation or a career and there's a lot of people who it is that do what you do, then when you get hired for a job, you may not be as valuable to that job because they feel like if you quit or left or got fired, they could easily pull someone else to do the same thing that you do for the same amount of money that you do. And that's why it's important to find markets within markets. That's why it's important to niche down. And that's why it's important to specialize and to become the expert. Because as much as possible, if you want to elevate your value and increase your income, you have to start by eliminating the competition. And the way that you eliminate the competition is by figuring out how to separate yourself from the pack and figure out how to separate yourself from the pack as far as you can. And then after competition, what you want to look at is growth. Growth is vital. Growth is important. You want to be in an industry that is growing in size and an industry that is growing in revenue and an industry that is growing in demand. When you get into an industry that is growing, then that industry will pull you with it. You will automatically start growing with the industry. So you always want to go with an industry that is at least trending up. When that industry is trending up or you have a market that's trending up, then you'll be able to trend up and get increases as well. Whereas the opposite is true for industries that is trending down. That's when you have to look out for your job. That's when they're making the cuts in terms of the people that work for different organizations or industries. Maybe there's some new tech that comes in or some technology that comes in where they don't need as many people as they needed in the past. And so you have to be aware of the trends that are in certain careers and make sure that you pick one that is trending up rather than trending down. If you get into a market where it's trending down, you're going to have an uphill battle where it's going to be a lot harder. Whereas if you get into an industry that's trending upwards, then that's going to be a lot easier because the momentum is already taking you there. So I feel like this is something that everyone should know. Everyone should be able to know the value of the market that they're going into. They should know the capital of the market that they're going into, the capital of the organization or the business that they're working for. They should know the size so that you can know, is there any additional revenue in that industry to give you the compensation that you want to receive? And is it too much competition in this area, or where is an area where there is a lot less competition where you'll be able to make a lot more money? So if you enjoyed this video, then watch my next video, which is going to go deeper into market strategy. Once you understand your market value, then you need to understand what is the strategy that you will take to be able to get the income that you want to receive.